Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. The Sephora savings event has officially started and I actually did make it to a Sephora today and I have already done some damage. So we're going to be opening this up today. I did place a smaller order online right when the sale started, so I might have a second haul coming soon. But for my in-store damage that I did this morning, I really just kind of stuck to the makeup. I was fully shopping on Vibes alone, and I'm really excited to share with you what I got because I did pretty well. And we definitely have to give an honorable mention to my very sweet husband who drove me as always. I can drive, but ever since I became a fully remote employee, I really don't like driving anywhere. So this sweet man just takes me wherever I want to go, and he holds my bag for me. He carries my bags. He's such a sweet man. So extra shout out to my sweet husband. But let's get into today's haul. I have some makeup I'm really excited about, but the first product is actually a non-makeup item, and this is the Briogeo Style and Treat Dry Shampoo Puff, and this is for dark hair. So I have heard mixed reviews on this, but I've been eyeing it since it came out, and then I saw it in store and I just really wanted to try it. I really was trying not to test out another dry shampoo, but I've been terribly curious about this one. So this one just looks like this, and you twist the lid off and it does have a puff. The one that is for lighter hair, I believe, had a white puff on it. So this one is of course green. I believe you just twist it to get some product out, and then out comes the powder. I'm really excited to test out a non-aerosol dry shampoo, especially a powder, because I feel like that is kind of just taking it back to basics. I am pretty excited to try this. And I apparently forgot how many lip products I already own because I got a bunch of those. So from Freck, I did pick up one of their Makeup Club Nude Muse lip liners, and this is in shade 2. Now, I've never tried anything from Freck, but I've been hearing a lot of really good things about their lip liners. I really wanted to get one of their lip liners that has like the seal in it, like that kind of glossy seal, but they've been out of stock for a while. So this is what this one looks like. It's quite a basic liner. It does just have a nice point here. This is what the shade looks like. So it is just kind of a soft pink. So that is really, really pretty. I know I'm going to like this shade, and I think I'll like this formula. I know Samantha March and Kelly Gooch were raving about these liners, so that's what made me try them out. And as I'm trying to rub it off, it is not going anywhere, which is a really good sign. I did also pick up another shade of my beloved Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. This is in Creme Brulee Glimmer, so the one I have currently is in Strawberry Sorbet, and it is my holy grail lip balm. It is the absolute best lip balm I have. It's so beautiful, it's so shiny, it's so buttery, it smells amazing, and I've been wanting Creme Brulee for a while because I've heard it's amazing, and then they did release this more shimmery formula, I believe toward the end of last year, so I saw this today and I picked it up. I did, of course, put it on the way home, and it's just as shiny and beautiful as the original, just as buttery. It smells really, really good. The scent definitely makes me think a little bit more fall. This definitely smells a lot like cinnamon sugar, all things warm and cozy. It smells amazing, but I am really excited to have another shade of this formula. I know a lot of people swear by the Summer Fridays, but for me, this is what Summer Fridays is to a lot of people. These are my favorites. I think they're shinier, they're longer lasting, they're more hydrating, they have more color to them, so I'm very excited to have this one as well. Also very exciting this week, MAC launched 2 new lip gloss formulas. I have a few MAC lip glosses, but they are a very, very sticky formula. But they've now released a non-sticky gloss, and they've also released a lip gloss blow plumping oil. I don't understand the names, but I did pick up one of their new glosses, and this is in the shade Snobbish. It's actually what I'm wearing right now, so it's a very pretty pinky shade. If you remember their lipstick in the shade Snob, I don't think they make that shade anymore, but it was just like a very, very light bubblegum pink, and that's kind of what this is too. So it's just this really, really nice packaging, and then the cap, although it looks to be white, it's actually transparent. It's got like a really interesting gradient. I think the packaging is really, really fun. It does smell like vanilla cupcakes. It smells amazing. And in terms of texture, I would say it's definitely not sticky, so they've definitely done very, very well for that. I would say it is very buttery, to be honest. It reminds me in texture of the Huda Beauty Faux Filter glosses and the way that they're thick and buttery and glossy. Of course, the MAC is not a plumping gloss, so it's not going to give you any of that stick, and I find the Huda can sometimes be a little bit gloppy, especially gathering right in the corners. I don't find this does that, but it has that very similar thick and buttery texture to the Huda. So I really do like that, and I love that it's not sticky. Very, very excited to have this. And then the plumping lip oil they came out with only has one shade, and this is in Ginger Zinger, so it does look to be a yellow, so it will be more of a clear gloss. So the packaging is definitely quite similar to the original gloss, but this one has the gold cap. And then the applicator is definitely beefier on this one as well. I do detect a hint of ginger in the scent, but it smells almost more fruity to me. I haven't tried this one on yet, so I will have to update you. The color of this one reminds me a lot of the City Beauty lip oil, where it's just a clear gloss, but I will definitely report back. I do want to try this on and see if it's one of those really stingy glosses or if it's going to be more comfortable like the Lawless. We'll see, but I will of course report back on that one. I am very, very excited to see new lip products from MAC, and I feel like they are so back when it comes to makeup. They're really putting out some really fun releases, I would say, over the last year or two, and I'm so excited to see it. I did purchase 2 products from Makeup by Mario. The first one is his new Master Mascara. So this is in Super Black. I have been on a roll trying new mascaras lately. So it is a more fiber bristle wand, which I do like. The wand itself looks pretty basic, but that can still make a very, very nice mascara. So we're gonna see. This one just sounds really nice. It describes itself as immediate and buildable volume with definition and lift. It allows me to enhance the eyes with lashes that appear naturally fuller. And he says, this is the universal mascara I've always wanted in my kit. This is also supposed to be a clean, vegan, cruelty-free formula enriched with provitamin B5, known to condition lashes. That sounds good to me. So I'm excited to try this as well. I will of course be doing a follow-up video trying on all of these products. I also have some other products that I haven't quite shown on camera yet. So I will have a video coming in just a few days trying on all of these new products. So keep an eye out for that. I did also pick up from Makeup by Mario the Master Hold Brow Gel. Now I wanted this because I want to film a full face of Makeup by Mario. So now that he has a mascara in his line, I feel like I can really do a full face, and I'm very excited to do that. You really get very little product with this. That's the one thing I will say. The wand is very large. The handle of the wand is very large, but you really don't get much product in there. So I don't know how I feel about that, but if it's a good product, it's a good product. We'll have to try it out. Next, I had to pick up the new Givenchy Prism Libre 4-color pressed powder. So they did come out with a pressed version of this. Now I absolutely still swear by the original loose powder. That is still my absolute favorite powder of all time. Unfortunately, they did reformulate it, and now it is in a radiant loose powder. I do like the new radiant powder, to be honest. I've been saying that recently, and I like it, but I think that has a lot to do with my dry skin type. But I do still prefer the original. So I did, of course, have to get in on this once they released a pressed version. And this compact is beautiful, first of all. And you just push this little button here to open it up. It does have this brush here that I can't see myself using, but what I like is when I flip it open, the brush is actually tucked in there so it's not going to fall out. I did use this once I got home because I wanted to see, and from what I can tell so far, this definitely is much more matte than the new loose powder. It's definitely much more like the original loose powder. I definitely do find it to be quite blurring. It's definitely not sitting very heavy on my skin, so I am very, very excited to keep trying this out, and maybe I have a new favorite powder because since they reformulated the Givenchy, I have a lot of powders that I like, but I don't have any that are favorites, so I'm very, very excited to have this. I did also pick up a new foundation to me. So I picked up the Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. Now this foundation is such a cult favorite, and so many people love this, but I have never tried it. So I actually picked up the mini version just in case. So this is what the little mini looks like. It's so cute. I picked up the shade 1.5. One thing I will say about the shade range is that I found it so difficult to figure out what my shade was. It was very, very challenging in store, online. I could not figure it out, so I went with 1.5. I figured I couldn't miss by going with the lightest that they had, so I'm excited to try this out. I feel like it's been a minute since I've tried a new foundation. I feel like we went really hard at the beginning of this year with new foundations, and then I haven't tried a new one since. Today I went with my trusty NARS Light Reflecting. So naturally, I love how my foundation looks today, but I'm wondering if this is sort of similar to that. 2 products left from Dior. I picked up one of their new Forever Glow Luminizers. Now, I thought I had talked myself out of this. These came out at the same time as their newly reformulated bronzers, and I really wanted to get a highlighter at the time, but I held off, and I tried to talk myself out of it, but then I saw this packaging in store. And I also swatched this shade. I picked up the shade Pink Halo. This is so beautiful. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury and her Glow Glide Architect highlighter. It reminds me a lot of that shade. And when I swatched it in store, it felt a lot like that too. It's very, very smooth and it just looks so beautiful. This does have that same floral scent that the bronzer has as well, so just keep that in mind if you don't like that. But this shade is unbelievably beautiful. And the last thing I picked up is another blush, which I know I don't need, but this is from Rare Beauty. This is the Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blush in the shade Hope. I was not originally very interested in this formula at all, and then I swatched it in store. So this is what the packaging looks like. The packaging actually to me looks a lot like the new Tower 28 blushes. Very similar compacts, very similar plastic. These are a little bit bigger, and this is the shade Hope. It's just a really beautiful rosy mauve. But what got me about this formula when I swatched it in store is that it's a cream blush and it's got that sort of bouncy texture to it, a lot like the MAC Glow Play blushes do. So this is what the shade looks like swatched out. So you can see it's very, very pigmented, but it's one of those products that even though it's a cream, when you blend it out, it ends up feeling so much more like a powder. So it's very much one of those cream to powder type formulas, and I love those. Creams are really, really nice because they just sort of melt right into the skin. They just mesh so seamlessly with your other cream and liquid products, so everything just looks very, very seamless. They don't sit on your skin the way powders can sometimes do. But with powders, you get that added layer of blendability. And this, I feel like, gives you the best of both worlds because it really is going to melt right into the skin, but it's also going to blend beautifully. This texture, I love this texture. I am a big texture person, so something like this I really, really, really like. As soon as I felt it, I knew I wanted one. I was actually originally going to get more shades of the Tower 28 blushes, but instead I went with the Rare Beauty, but I had to grab one of those as soon as I touched it. So that is it for my main Sephora haul. Like I said, there might be a smaller haul coming as other products trickle in and pique my interest. But I will have a testing new makeup coming very, very soon where I'm going to be applying all of these products and letting you know my thoughts. Let me know down below what products you're most excited to see. Let me know what you're most curious about. I do also have the new ABH contour stick that I got a few days ago, so I will be adding that into that video as well. Did you shop the first day of the sale? Are you shopping the sale at all? What did you grab? What are you excited about? Just let me know all of your thoughts down below. I love hearing from you guys so, so much. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload new videos every single week. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!